10 laps is the journey. 14 cars will start this opening heat race. 56 in the house for the Mainspray Street Stock Summer Cup. Oldfield and Norman to lead us away. The Street Stock Summer Cup is alive. Dominating start so far as we've got one very sideways. That was Daniel Stanley, who's going to lose a whole heap of positions and go somewhere back near the tail of the field. He's just making up to 9th place at the moment, but they're running up against the top as Clayton tries and steamrolls through. Shay Roberts to the bottom. Damon Lyle trying to charge his way through from a back starting position. But we got through lap number 1 quite smoothly in the end. It's Oldfield that leads from Norman and Briggs. Then it's Barnwell. Craig Clayton has come for a long way back as they're all running up against the concrete wall. But lap number 2, as we've got one around, that's Stephanie Amajuri. She'll go back to 13th place, but Oldfield dominating out in front.
He is doing a nice job in the Novell Smash Repairs Commodore. Look at Paul Briggs on the charge, trying to find a way past Hayden Norman. Jack Barnwell, who was very unlucky not to finish on the podium last weekend as he challenged for the lead late in the state title. A-Main, Damon Lyle, and the 52, I should say, of Shay Roberts. The East Pilbara Tyre Service 35 of Craig Cheesy Clayton and Daniel Stanley, who just stayed out of trouble. Did a nice job last weekend as we got one around, I think, for the second time in this race. And this time I think she might bring on the yellow caution lights. No, the greens have stayed on. And we keep on continuing on here in the opening heat race of the biggest ever Mainspray Summer Cup.
It's a big one at the moment for second places. Holding on still is the former WA State Champion of Hayden Norman. Briggs is trying to follow through as well. Then it's Barnwell, who's doing his best to claw the gap back. And Lyle trying to make amends of what happened earlier on in this heat race as he got collected by Clayton, who's now battling it off with Roberts for 6th and 7th. There's a massive field out here as Stanley's pulled to the infield. It's a dominating lead, to say the least, from Jamie Oldfield, just kicking off where he finished last weekend in Albany. And don't forget as well, one driver could go home with $500 as there's contact between the lap competitor of Yates. Do we stay green? We still stay green at the moment, as now charging through is Damon Lyle.
Yeah, Damon Lyle just sort of capitalised as Barnwell and Briggs checked up on the 50 car, as he almost was slowing on the exit of turn number 4 was the lap car of Gavin Yates, as Shay Roberts gets the 52 untied as he tried to find a way past Jack Barnwell, and the 50 has actually got a flat right rear tyre on the Yates Earth Moving Commodore. That was the drama for the 50. Just checked up in front of our leaders, well, third on back, I should say, between Paul Briggs, Damon Lyle, and also Jack Barnwell, as we're 2 laps from the end of this one. And the 4-time West Australian champion, Jamie Oldfield, has got a handy gap back to the 6 car of Hayden Norman.
Yeah, but the spin with Yates has really helped out Damon Lyle as he got past Jack Barnwell, as Roberts is in the wall hard. Shay Roberts has collected the concrete wall. There's a tyre that's flying off the track. The reds will come on as there's debris all over the track. That was a nasty hit to the wall for Shay Roberts.
That was a heavy, heavy hit. Look at the damage on the left rear corner. It's just plucked that wheel straight off the hub, Morgan, as you can see from our vantage point, and then a little bit of an engine fire as well. Obviously an oil line or something like that's come off the motor. And even the left front suspension looks like it's a bit skew-iff as well. So heavy damage to car 52.
The wall does come at you very quickly here at Bunbury as the reds are on. The cars are still moving around. Debris scattered everywhere from Roberts. But drama in the opener. It was looking to go the way of car number 1, and it still will. It was an almighty lead at the moment. It was 6 seconds. The lead was 6 seconds between Oldfield and Hayden Norman. And we had completed 8 of the laps, so we've still got a green-white checker finish coming up in the opening heat race. So Roberts is out of the car. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was a heavy hit to the wall. And definitely not the way you want to start off your Mainspray Summer Cup. Some heavy damage, but they'll look over the car. We'll see if we see him back.
Quick time of the race actually belongs to our race leader, Morgan, a 21.629.
You don't say it's held by our race leader at the moment. That's a surprising scenario.
But yeah, there's only a couple of them in the 21-second bracket at the moment, but he's got a handy lead back to the rest of them. But green-white checker, I'm not sure if anyone's going to have anything for him. At 21.629. Got to feel a little bit down at Albany last weekend. Started out at P9. I reckon for about the first 5 to 10 laps, Jamie just sort of saw what everyone else was doing, and he just sort of went, it's go time now.
I think that was the case.
Yeah, he just tried to stay out of trouble in the early laps and then decided, I think it's time to move things forward. And before long, he was in the race lead. It was almost like you blinked and he'd gone from 5th to the race lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, great race, though. Unbelievable race.
Fantastic, particularly when they're running 3 wide for the lead. Jack Barnwell was unlucky.
He
threw everything at Oldfield. It worked 2 years ago at Collie, but unfortunately it did not work in 2021 for him at Albany.
Hey, he did try anyway. That's the main thing. The lights are out. We're going to go green for a green-white checker finish. 2 flags that they'll see to end off this opening heat race. Oldfield, Norman, Briggs, Lyle. You'll think it's a top 4 for a state title with the calibre of drivers like that. And they'll lead them away with the only 2 remaining in this one. Oldfield still flirting with the half-track Highliners. Norman's following suit with the West Australian champion. But he has to stay tiny in these last couple of laps because Briggs is there and he's waiting with 1 to go this time by. It looks like it's all going to be Oldfield. The gap hasn't widened out as much as we thought it would be, but it's still comfortable enough to head into these last couple of laps knowing he's going to win the opening heat race. Unlucky run for Lykelet, who's just not had the best of runs in the 199 in this one. But the opening heat race is going to go to the West Australian champion. He did it from pole and he does it easily. Oldfield wins from Norman, Briggs, Dennis Damon Lyle, Jack Barnwell, Craig Clayton. Back to the 24 of Tim Matthews, Justin Hurst, Phil Lykelet. Stephanie Amaturi will come home next to last, and the one to tail off the field be Roran Squire. 2 cars failed to make the finish. That was Daniel Stanley and Shay Roberts. But that's how we see the opening heat race of the Mainspray Street Stock Summer Cup. Your winner, the West Australian champion, driving for a home-based company, Novell Smash Repairs. Jamie Oldfield takes out the opener.